Fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I be damned, it did it again. Okay, here we go. I don't know who's on. I don't see who's on. Okay, that's retarded. Because I know I started the chat. Let's see. Hold on, let me wipe this off real quick. Okay. All right. Nonetheless, I come prepared. YouTube. I don't know. I still can't get this horizontal flip bullshit down, but nonetheless, the show must go on. It was working good yesterday. So, here we go, guys. We got Stuart, what's good? Vincent, salute. You guys come in, hit that like button. We got a lot to talk about today. I am in the place where the moon meets the sky. So it's time to start a poll nonetheless. Let's see. Hold on. All right, here we go. Okay. Pie Face. What up, Punch? What's up, Pie Face? In the building. Stuart, a poll to see how many rounds Dubois will last against AJ. Yeah, we may do that. You guys hit that like button as we come in. Hey, Kurt, does Dubois has a Brazilian girlfriend? That's why he went to Brazil. Well, here's the thing. I keep hearing that now, that he does have a girl, and she's from Brazil of all places. And here's the thing. This is what you ask yourself, right, about Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois had to have a Brazilian visa. Understand, don't you guys know the difficulty trying to get a surprise drug test on someone that's in a country that you need a visa? Because let's say this, okay, VADA can go anywhere in the world. I don't doubt that, but they have to go someplace that they know that person will be. Who's to say that they knew Daniel Dubois would have been in Brazil at the time? Dude, I wonder, like, the radios on motorcycles are just hella loud, like intercoms. Yo, my vote is not going through. I don't know what that's about. I don't even see that the vote's there. Let me see. I think this this live stream is tripping a bit. I don't know what happened. Let me try to make another one. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. It's saying
Got Domino's rewards points?
the
Now you
fuck?
can.
It's saying an error. So I don't know. Something's going on with YouTube. It's a YouTube error. You know, it's working now. Trippy. Okay, that's weird. Okay. I don't even see it, honestly. Um, hmm. I don't see it at all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think what happened. I think YouTube did some type of update and shit about a couple months ago. Maybe, yeah, a couple months ago. And then since then, I haven't been able to even turn. I haven't been able to turn it sideways. So I can't even put it up on my tripod. I think AJ versus Fury is definitely bigger now because both were way more popular in America than they were 5 years ago. I don't know. Because I think because Adrian, because Deontay Wilder was popular at the time, I think that's what really made Tyson Fury more popular. I mean, he has a statue of knocking Wilder down, if you guys can remember. Um, like that was just the biggest accomplishment ever. But you know, that's a nationality thing. The fight should have already happened. It happens if they both win, but not if Tyson loses. It would mean that AJ would get the bigger purse, which Fury's ego won't handle it, in my opinion. That makes sense. I think that would be a problem. I think it would be more of a problem uh, if Tyson won, because I think he'll want too much money. Kurt, this is the first line of government website about visiting Brazil. British citizens do not need a tourist visa when traveling to Brazil. Well, I'm not Brazilian. I know Americans do. And I think Americans do based on the fact that you need a visa to go to Brazil because of Brazil doesn't have an expediting law. So in other words, if you go and you're American and you murder someone, you unalive someone rather, you don't have to. I mean, you would have to apply for a visa to make sure that you just are not trying to flee the country due to the fact that you've done something horrible. Because Brazil does, again, they don't have that law. So let's say you go to Mexico and you unalive someone here. And when you do that, you go to Mexico. Well, Mexico is with America. They can come there and get you. Okay. I think AJ would do 50-50 to make the fight happen, but Fury wouldn't. I don't see the split being a problem with Turkey being involved. I think he would just offer them a massive amounts of money to get in the ring. And I think it would probably be bigger than they offered Usyk, and Usyk's the champion. You know, money talks, right? Have always doubted Fury wanting that fight when you can't make it happen when Joshua was a low point and you were a 60% split of the purse. Something is wrong. Doughboy, Boots Ennis have made a bad decision signing with Eddie Hearn. Why is that? Vincent Salamatino, my Eagles opening the season in Sao Paulo, and I'm pissed because it's counting as a home game. Oh, that sucks. That does suck, people. Let's see. Let me try this again. Okay, so let's see if I don't know, dude. The poll is not working, so that's shitty. It just keeps saying an error, and I wonder if it's just my device versus the actual. Let's see. Um, yeah, I was hoping it was sooner. Well, I made it here, so let's see. It might be it might be me, but Anthony Joshua, since losing those fights, have been a better boxer to me. But I got Fury outpointing him. Joshua could win by KO as well as the 50-50 fight to me. So pie face, you have either Tyson Fury pointing him out or AJ knocking him out. Dog, I haven't seen much of boxing. I've just started watching recently. I think my first was AJ versus Ngannou. I watched the Days and Nui fight though. Well, dog, here's the thing. I think once you get into a platform like this, I think you need to know certain fights. You need to know exactly who's fighting today. You have to research and enjoy fights like Klitschko, Joshua, Klitschko, Fury, Wilder, 1, 2, 3, Joshua Usyk, 1 and 2, Joshua Ruiz, 1 and 2. Um, who else? I think. Um, who else? Um, Dillian White fights. Um, the Usyk fights. Usyk and Tony Bellew, because you need to know where he came from, because he started heavyweight. Yeah, he did, but he kind of didn't. In other words, so I see you, cuz looking good. Keep it up. Mo Davis in the building. Shout out to Arizona. St. Don, he should have gone after them. I think AJ is serious about about boxing and really loves the sport and studies the guys who came before him. So he's naturally gotten better by working. I think Fury coast off talent and hasn't, or heart isn't in it. Well, I think Tyson Fury just came off arrogant. Tyson just thought he was just better than everybody. And since when you already think you're better than everyone, you get the mindset that you're better than this person, you're better than that person. You don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. You're just like, hey, you know what? I can do whatever I want. I don't really need to train. I'm the best that came out your mother's, you know what? When you got that mindset, you have a sense of entitlement, you know? And I think that's what Tyson Fury has, a sense of entitlement. I think he's to the point where he may have changed. Hopefully he has, Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury, he knows what it's like to not have his name called at the end of the bell, and I think it's all due to the fact that maybe he didn't train like he should have. We know that Billy Joe Saunders came along. We know that Billy Joe Saunders is a southpaw. We know that he's kind of a slick guy when in his prime. I mean, how good is that for Tyson, for Usyk? I don't know. Is he a good emulator for Usyk? We will see. Mindset is key. Usyk has perfected it. Usyk knows where to be in the right place mentally. Yeah. And, and it just shows you how strong he is mentally because the way Usyk explained what Tyson Fury did to him, it showed that he had to be in control. Because if he wasn't in control, based on how he explained it, he said Fury hit him with shots that made that he seen stars or birds or some shit like the cartoon. Like, right? So him saying that, but you really didn't see him lose control or get to a point where you're like, oh shit, he's done. You never saw that with Usyk. You saw him, okay, whoa, he got hit, he's in trouble. We seen that because he was knocked off balance in one punch. Then another punch he was hitting, you could tell he was hurt because he started to retreat. Yeah, I've seen a few by now. AJ versus Ngannou, Usyk versus Fury, Ryan versus Haney. Tank versus Frank. Bars. Pitbull versus Valenzuela. Crawford versus Madrimov. And Anui versus Doheny. That's it. I'm starting to understand things. Well, those are some good fights. I suggest you watch guys like Lennox versus Haney. Haney versus Lomachenko. Ryan versus Cool Hand Luke. Okay. What are some good fights down there? Tank, I mean, you're going to see what you're going to see about Tank. Tank versus Barrios was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining. It was like that David and Goliath type fight. He like, how much do you want undisputed? I don't know how Usyk never landed anything of note when Fury was bouncing off the ropes. I don't know how Usyk never landed anything of note when Fury landed off the ropes. Huh. I really struggle to understand how you can't see the logic. I'm sure you and a deluded Joshua fan, this is far from enhancing that you won't let admit the logic. Who wins if Big Bang Zhang fights Bakali? Big Bang Zhang versus Bakali. Zhang early, Bakali late. But then again, I mean, to me, Zhang has more experience than Bakali. Bakali is the hungry guy that's young that wants to prove himself. Then you have Zhilei Zhang, 10 years older, at 41, that's been in there with Hrgovic, Parker, Hrgovic, Parker, Joyce, Hrgovic, Parker, Joyce, Wilder. Okay, he's been in there, right? He's been in there with those guys, and I think he has more experience. I think he's showing that, yes, I think his punching power is heavier. I just think Martin Bakali's more active, and he's more accurate. And his punches are a lot different. The Sweet Science. Shout out Militant B. Happy birthday. Okay, cool. Where Fury and Wilder never really top 3 of this era. Just good marketing. I don't know. I think what people and how people look at Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, I think they looked at it as a championship issue. How you got AJ versus Triple D Kurt. Mac Weed. I'll tell you guys maybe tomorrow, the next day. I'll have the prediction out. Stash 360 coming in with that 2-pound love. Top G Kurt. Love your content, my guy. Appreciate the love, man. People follow that cab, man, with the super chats. Why not? It supports the channel. Yeah, I'll have that tomorrow. I will definitely have that tomorrow. But no, I think with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. So you had Deontay Wilder, the WBC champion, for a minute. Then you had Anthony Joshua collecting the rest of the belts. You know, he fought Charles Martin, which he pretty much paid him to knock him out in 2 rounds. Took his belt, the IBF. Then he fought for the WBA. Then he fought for the WBO. Klitschko in Parker. So those guys, that being said, those guys were champions, okay? Parker, I think, was more a legitimate champion. If you wanted to argue about that fight, the refereeing sucked in that fight. Nonetheless, Joshua and Parker, that was a pretty, I think they could have fought again, like right away. They should have done a rematch on that. Honestly, I think that's how that should have been. But Wilder was fighting guys like Luis Ortiz, which finally he gave us something to fuss about, something to argue. The Wilder fans were guys that, most of them were, most American fans that didn't buy pay-per-view or shit like that. But, he had a following. He had a obnoxious following, a very aggressive following. And they were saying, the argument started, who was ducking who, Wilder or Anthony Joshua. Well, when Tyson Fury came back into the scene, Tyson Fury was undefeated, and Tyson Fury didn't lose a fight. He never knew what it was like to lose. He was an undefeated fighter, and he was claiming he was the lineal champion. So the 3 kings meant Deontay Wilder was the longest reigning champion of this era until he wasn't. Anthony Joshua was the younger of all of them, but he had the unification of the belts, which Tyson Fury had. Then Tyson Fury comes back and says, no, I'm the guy, I'm the lineal champion, so I'm the true guy that you need to worry about. And then Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, they started their own pact. Their own pact was to freeze out Anthony Joshua, because by that time, Anthony Joshua was the cash cow. In fact, he was the second highest paid fighter behind Canelo, and he still is to this day. Now, Tyson Fury has made his own reign and own argument as being like, hey, I'm the top of Forbes or whatever, but that's been debunked since then. However, those guys have all made their own claim, but they now have all been defeated. Okay? So, bad marketing, I think it was all about who was trying to prove who was better than who. But they weren't trying to fight each other necessarily to be better than who's better than who. That was the problem. King Mike Hall in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Todd Lee. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Kept getting in between. Wilder didn't want the money he was offered by AJ. No, he didn't. But I think it prolonged him to do absolutely nothing. The irony of Wilder is he thought that he was going to hold out, do the Al Heyman strategy, and wait out and wait out and wait out. So in a few years, the fight would have been something like Floyd, Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, but it was not. It never got to that point because Deontay Wilder got upset by Tyson Fury, and the way he got upset, he got stopped and beat up. And it was embarrassing to Wilder because he knew he lost all that damn money. Thus, he had to save face, which what I mean by that is, people, he had to do something that made that loss not look bad. So how do you do that? Corruption, lies, cheating. That's what happened to Wilder. Okay? So it is what it is. What's good, brother Counter? Boxing Wave, what's up, brother? I'm going to inbox you soon. We got to talk about the new channel. Movie review coming near to you. Bars. No, ask Skip. You guys are going at it. Let's see. I remember Warren saying champion versus champion fights were too easy to make because it should be 50-50. Well, it depends. See, if Wilder would have, let's say Wilder would have beat Tyson Fury, Then he could argue, well, I beat the lineal champion. Now, Joshua, what's up? You owe me money. It's time for you to kick in. It's time for you to give me a split. I think I deserve that. You already offered me $100 million. So guess what? You got to offer that and plus more. I want double that now if you want to fight me or you want me to go to the zone. But that didn't happen. He got his ass whooped. So now it became this controversy of Tyson Fury being this guy that was so unbearable, or, not the, his character was on. Yeah, I mean, like, it was so much. And these channels killed me. And we were all through COVID and shit like that. And we had to deal with all the like, just the backstabbing, backbiting, just, throwing under the bus type stuff, man. It was crazy. Bobby Collins in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Bigger name meant nothing. The deal was made 50-50. Chad Chavez. I think Fury will beat Usyk by cheating. Well, here's the thing. I'll say this. If they allow certain referees to referee this fight, and I'm dead serious, if they allow certain referees for this issue or for this particular new fight, they're mistaken. I think they made a mistake anyway. Oh, shit. Okay. I think they made a mistake anyway, right? Based on the fact that Mark Nelson, I don't think that he was experienced enough to have that type of fight refereeing. I think they should have had somebody else. Somebody, Unfortunately, referee review is still up for review. Hold on a second. Shit. Okay. So, there's too much going on out there. So I got to bring it on in. Okay, so I think, if anything, I think Mark Nelson shouldn't have been selected. But then again, you ask yourself, why was Mark Nelson selected for the biggest fight in boxing, heavyweight boxing history of this era? Why? You're going the right way about it. Usyk's not going to let Fury cheat him. He won't. He won all the titles on opponents. Turf knows how to maneuver in his team. Well, I'll tell you one thing about Usyk. He's very vocal about what happens. If you foul Usyk, Usyk is going to let the ref know. See, that's called experience. If Usyk, if it's anywhere south, Usyk thinks you're gonna go low, he's gonna let you know. He's gonna let the referee know, like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. What's this? What's this? That's what he does. I think that's Usyk's way. I think Usyk will always be that type of person. I think Usyk is Usyk. He's going to be responsible enough to let the referee know that, hey, I'm not being treated fairly, or this guy just fouled me. He's going to let them know. He ain't going to play around in the ring. He's not going to let the ref know. He's going to let the ref know in case the ref didn't see it, because the ref, he might be the only other man in the ring, but at times they forget shit, or they turn a blind eye. Right? They will cheat. They will Fury cheat. There's too much money on the line. Usyk goes to measures. Loma won't with that. Okay. Marlon, Turkey ain't gonna let Usyk win a decision. He needs Fury for the AJ fight. Well, I would hate if we saw a shutout. I would hate to see that type of corruption, especially on the Turkey Al-Sheikh, because you know what that means? That means that if Tyson Fury wins a decision, but the majority of people don't think that he won the decision, it's gonna fall back on Turkey Al-Sheikh. It's gonna fall back on him. He's gonna be held accountable and responsible for that particular decision. People are gonna look at him like, no, you know, because because he's in, and it's his fault. Why? Because everybody knows that he is the guy that, been with Tyson Fury and said, hey, I really want Tyson to win, in that position for him to have so much power. The last thing he should ever said or let anybody know or how he feels about a particular fighter. You know what I mean? I don't think that that was smart. If that would have been me, I couldn't come to a public platform of any kind and say anything publicly of any kind that shows favoritism for some fighters that I'm paying millions and millions of dollars to, and only me paying millions and millions of dollars to. You know what I'm saying? And because if it goes to a decision and Tyson Fury wins, and a lot of people like, okay, no, man, I think Tyson had a better go the first fight and he didn't even win. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, he will be held accountable. And then Turkey Al-Sheikh's Riyadh season will quickly start sinking. Turkey needs a big successful event. He's losing so much money. Dude, you think Turkey Al-Sheikh, a billionaire, cares about money? Really? You think, okay, first of all, you think a guy that's lowering pay-per-view, do you for to kill or to smother out or to be a solution to illegal streams, do you think he cares about money by lowering prices? Really? Turkey Al-Sheikh don't give a shit about money. This is not what it's about. You're talking like those network guys. Now, if he was a part of a network that was trying to thrive and all that, yeah, that would be one thing. Usyk will beat Fury, then move back down to cruiserweight to let Fury and AJ fight. It's already planned out. I guess. I mean, I'm not really sure about that. We'll see. I mean, here's the thing: you can't rule out Usyk winning a decision because he's already won a decision. He's already done something that a lot of people thought he couldn't do. I wasn't one of them. I always thought Usyk could beat Tyson Fury. I mean, just based on Tyson Fury's overall opposition, like who did he fight? He fought Wilder, then he fought Wilder. Okay, he fought Wilder, then Weiland. And then Weiland gave him a tough fight. What the hell? I mean, he beat Weiland. Then he fights Wilder again, beats Wilder. He's supposed to fight Aget Caballo at the end of the year when his contract expired for Deontay Wilder. And then Deontay Wilder, fought him again a year later on October 9th, and he beats Wilder again. Then the next coming year, he fights Dillian White, then retires for the rest of the year, right? Then he comes out of retirement when Usyk beats Joshua for the second time. Then he fights Derek Chisora for the third time. You know what I mean? Then another year goes by and he fights who? He fights Francis Ngannou, right? Then after Francis Ngannou, he just fought again this year and he took his first L. That's what happened. Fury actually looked good in the first fight except for the knockdown. Oh, absolutely. I do agree. Bill Keaveney in the building. What's up, champ? Any concerns about Turkey getting up AJ or setting up AJ versus Fury before Usyk versus Fury 2? No, that's not going to happen. That's contractual. You know what I mean? It's almost like you can't. That's not going to happen. I'm not worried about that at all. Fury didn't look good. That was Usyk setting traps. No, Tyson Fury looked good. He looked good at what he was doing. He showed why it was Tyson Fury. Francis beat Fury before Usyk. Oof. Been a rough go for Tyson Fury lately. He needs a win. Because if he doesn't beat Usyk this time, people are going to look at that as 3 losses back to back. Ngannou, Usyk, Usyk. That's bad. He's going to be shit. He's going to be over there with Joe Joyce and them. You know what I mean? What I mean is, do you think that Usyk fight could be fixed? Yeah, it could be fixed, but again, if it is fixed, people are going to blame Turkey al-Sheikh. You know, Kakaki Otto. Usyk is really good though. He's beaten AJ, Dubois, and Fury. He's truly surprised me. Yeah, he's surprised everyone. You know, I mean, except me. I've always seen Usyk just better than all of the heavyweights that we had. Tyson Fury hasn't proved that he could fight someone like that until he fought him. He did fight Alexander Usyk, but Alexander Usyk beat him. He outpointed him. He got a knockdown over him. Thus, he won the fight. So that's that with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury did show why he is the Gypsy King, though. Bars. He showed us that, hey, I am good. I am slick. I can show you that I can box too. You know what I mean? I think he was trying to do too much of a boxing job with Usyk instead of taking the fight to Usyk. That was his bad because Usyk had every intention of taking the fight with him. And that's exactly what he continued to do until it was successful enough to make a difference by giving him a knockdown, should have been a TKO in the 9th round because he was setting up shots, by being aggressive with Tyson Fury. But at the same time, taking what Tyson Fury had to offer him, which wasn't no small peanuts. Okay? Those were some nice shots that Tyson Fury landed. You know what I mean? And he put his head down and, and he would, he was doing all type of feints with him. Then fought Chisora. What a chancer. Boxing is not really good anymore. No, it's good. It's getting good, bro. What do you mean? We got we had 2, 3. How many undisputed fights did we have this year? Heavyweight, light heavyweight, featherweight. Because anytime Inoue fights, it's an undisputed fight. He isn't the most powerful, the fastest. He's just smart and super smart. Fury needs to fight dirty, like that dirty style. I don't like that dirty style. A real fighter. AJ beats Fury. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. It just seems like all these other fights happened before then. Usyk took Fury's soul. Inoue is a beast. Yeah, he is, man. I don't think he gets enough credit. A lot of times, I think his fight was yesterday morning. Dude, I missed that sucker. I was asleep. Boxing is on fire. Well, we're able to see fights that I don't think we would have saw. You know what I mean? We've seen Tyson Fury bullshit people. We've seen Tyson Fury, apprehensive on fights. We've seen him act like a prima donna. We've seen a lot of things about Tyson Fury. It's certainly not like the Klitschko era. No, like we're out of that shit. We are out of the Klitschko dark ages. We're out. The Klitschko era, and here's the thing. The Klitschko sucked because they were just so dominant. They were just too dominant. But they weren't entertaining. See, if they would have been entertaining, both brothers would have been able to show people that they could fight, show people exciting fights, show people why they're worth watching. We wouldn't have had such a shit, era. Okay. That generation of fighters, they weren't bad. They just weren't better than Klitschko's. Unfortunately, the Klitschko's were not exciting. So that means those guys, they didn't, it's not that they sucked. It's just their style did not have the appeal or the whatever to beat the Klitschko's. The Klitschko's came in with their size and that reach and that jab and that grab and that right hand and those damn uppercuts, you know. God damn it. Sorry. Yeah, this phone's tripping because I didn't hit anything. 60-40 was an offer that they gave Fury more than he was worth at the time just to get him in the ring. Bob said Inouye is coming to Vegas in 2025. Well, I suggest any fighter that goes anywhere to any place. I think if you're going to fight in another country, you should at least a week and a half to acclimate, maybe 2 weeks. Give yourself 2 weeks to acclimate to the time zone, to the climate, to the overall surroundings. You can't just go there 4 days and fight because your body is not even acclimated to the region, you know? The Klitschko's ended American dominance of the heavyweight division. It was nobody left. And people say, well, Lennox Lewis is from Britain. He's not American at all. You know, since Mike Tyson, you had Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, been gone since then. James Toney wasn't really big enough, and he really, truly was not a heavyweight, even though he fought at heavyweight. But I think people look at Usyk and they cringe, like James Toney. You know, guys like that, like David Haye, those guys like that don't really respect Usyk because Usyk has done something that they couldn't do. You know, because all those guys were cruiserweights once upon a time. And since they were cruiserweights, they were to a point where they were like, you know what? Usyk ain't big enough. Usyk don't hit hard enough. Usyk ain't this. Usyk ain't that. You know, that's what you got. Okay? Jake Paul will be the future of American heavyweights. Jake Paul will not be the future of American heavyweights. Jake Paul, if he fights Mike Tyson, this is what I will tell you. If Jake Paul fights Mike Tyson and he wins, which will suck, okay? I will hate that if he beats Mike Tyson because it just shows that, hey, his theory's right. How about I pick a bunch of old-ass legends and fight them? Anderson Silva and Tyrone Woodley and Mike Tyson and, you know, all these guys that were bins, you know. Guys that some of them not even boxers at all. So let me drag them to a platform that they're really kind of foreign at and they really haven't mastered or specialized in. And let me beat the shit out of them being 26 years of age. Let me do that. Okay. If he does that, my advice to Jake Paul, do not go back down south talking about going to light heavyweight or anything else. Don't go back down there talking about let me fight Canelo because you will get knocked the fuck out because you do not gain that type of weight, which, by the way, I don't think Jake Paul's natural. I just don't. I don't think he's natural. Now, he may be big, but I think everything about Jake Paul may be, just my opinion. I think he's on the juice. I think he stays on the juice. I think he cycles off the juice when he knows that he's about to prepare for a fight. But throughout that time, I think he does his cycling period. I think, you know, he's not really, you know, people don't really follow him like by VADA and all that shit. So, you know what I mean? It's ways to get around a lot of things. Okay? I don't think he's natural. But if he fights Mike at heavyweight, because that's the weight class, of course, he's going to have to stay there. And if he stays there, you know, fight some heavyweights. Just fight some heavyweights. If Paul wins, he'll beat a 60-year-old man. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth that. I think we might get Canelo versus Jake Paul on Netflix next. Maybe. But he will get knocked out by Canelo. Canelo will knock him out gladly. And you know what? Canelo ain't going to do it for free. Canelo's smart. What Canelo will do is he'll get and ask for about $100 million. And if they give it to him, he'll gladly go in there and knock out Jake Paul. He'll hit him with a body shot and make him shit himself. Probably second, third round. He may play with him for 4 or 5 rounds. He may do that. He may, in fact, do that. He may go in there and hit this dude to the body so hard that he makes him make a bowel movement right there. Yeah. I mean, Canelo, like someone like Jake Paul, the 1-2, dude, Canelo will and see, he'll probably pull a Billy Joe Saunders on him. You guys remember Billy Joe? Billy Joe ducked where he could have just moved to the side and he got his eye socket broken. He might break Jake Paul's eye socket, may retire that boy. And then that's off coming up fighting a 58-year-old Mike Tyson at heavyweight. Then you're going to bring your ass to 170. They're probably going to, 170 pounds. Sure. Billy Joe Saunders, I was just thinking the same. Yeah. And you guys do know, speaking to Canelo for a second, Canelo wanted to hurt him bad because Billy Joe got up under his skin. Billy Joe did to Canelo like Jarrell Miller did to Anthony Joshua. Oh, yeah. He got up under his skin. Look, he told him, Billy Joe Saunders, that fucker, he deserves what he got. And he even told Billy Joe came out there and, he came out there kind of like bashful, but he knew what he was doing. He was like, yeah, you like boxing? Yeah, I like boxing. Oh, yeah. You like beef. You like beef, eh? You like that beef? Oh, you like that beef, eh? Oh, that pissed Canelo off because Canelo knew. Canelo speaks good English, bro. That fucker was playing us the whole time. Estoy contento con mi pelea. Estoy listo para lo que sea. Estoy listo para el próximo pelea. Estoy listo. Estoy contento. Viva Mexico. Viva Mexico, cabrones! That motherfucker. Then all of a sudden he gets with Eddie Hearn. Then he speaks English all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It's like, well, wait a minute. You got with Eddie Hearn. Now all of a sudden, why don't you go? You're a horrible fighter, man. Who have I fought? Get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this Canelo Alvarez talking? Is this Canelo? And Canelo start, and I'm like, dude, you don't learn English that fast, that quick, without knowing it previous. Payday, Jose Chavez. He wants a payday. That's what he wants, payday. I'm not giving you payday. You horrible fighter. Yeah, it ruined his career, man. That was bad. Demetrius Andrade, R.I.P. to you, brother. R.I.P. to your career. You know what I mean? Next thing you knew, after that, you seen Demetrius Andrade begging Chris Eubank Jr. $1 million. That's a lot of money, yo. $1 million. $1 million. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Are you drunk? You high? What are you on, pills? What are you, depressed? In a mess, living in stress, living with less, trying to pass another test. Shout out to Vic Menace in the building. But no, man. Canelo versus Crawford is amazing in my opinion. Crawford outboxes him and TKOs him in the 10th. Fizz, let me tell you something. A lot of people will doubt what you say. A lot of people will look at the last fight that Terrence Crawford's in and will say you're smoking crack. Fizz, I'm going to be 100% confident in what you said with your prediction. I appreciate that. Kurt versus Roy Jones Jr. I wouldn't fight Roy Jones. Roy Jones ain't going to beat me up. For one, now, if I was in shape, I probably would have answered differently. You know what I mean? But, understand this. Nobody is going to pay me what I asked for to fight a legend that nobody actually wants to see anymore. In other words, Roy Jones Jr. is a legend. Roy Jones Jr. is an all-time great. Roy Jones Jr. is a guy that I would love to hang out with for a weekend. The idea of fighting Roy Jones Jr. right now is for what is downright disrespectful, because Roy is what, 55, maybe 54, 55. He's had his wars, he's had his wins, his massive wins, he's had his losses. I think it's disrespectful to fight someone like that. But if someone came to me, if like someone asked, like, "Oh, I'll fight anybody. I don't worry about it. I will fight them. I am a warrior. Don't come messing with Roy. I just leave me alone. I just want to be left alone. Because if you offer me something, I gonna take it. So if you gonna offer me, you gonna challenge me, I'm gonna fight. So if Kurt DeVille want to fight, I knock him out all night. That's what I do. It ain't nothing to it. Y'all must have forgot. I ain't forgot. Y'all must have forgot, but I ain't forgot. So look, if he says something like that and they offer me $1 million to fight Roy, I probably would take it. You know what I mean? But me calling out Roy like this Jake Paul shit, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Because Roy okay, here's the thing. If Roy to me, yeah, I get $1 million. But if I hurt Roy, how the fuck would I look? Oh, that's that dude that fought Roy. I mean, I'd probably get some buzz, but then inside I would feel shitty. So everybody like, Kurt, man, you whooped Roy, man. No, but I wouldn't feel good about that, because again, I'd probably almost feel better if I went in there and got knocked out. Because that's what's supposed to happen. You go in there with an ex-professional fighter versus a guy that could have went pro but didn't because his lifestyle sucked. I'm talking about me. And what else? And didn't have the discipline to do what Roy has done, or probably or the ability or any of that shit. So I'm not comparing myself to him like that. I wouldn't do that. Roy simply fought too long. He did. Bill Keevaney, he did. I wouldn't feel good about hitting if I caught Roy with a shot, and I don't think I could catch Roy with the punch that I could. If I could, great. But then how great would that really be? That's fighting after all. You're punching somebody in the face. That's violence. Michael Buffer in the building. Michael Buffer. About out my dog, Big and Nas. Dixon Myers in the building. Roy is an all-time great. Absolutely. Roy is an all-time great. Like Fury fans, Hayden Ganu. You talk a good game, Kurt. I don't know what you mean, Stuart. I don't know what that means. How much money would you fight Ika Barabucci for? Again, Ika Barabucci's a guy. I'm not fighting no fucking monster like that. Ika Barabucci's a monster, bro. That dude, okay. See, some people like Mike Tyson went to prison, and Mike Tyson went to prison, and you heard him. He said, "That's the best time I ever went to jail, the best time I ever had in my life when I was in prison. I was knocking up gods. I had babies by gods and everything." Okay, listen. That was Mike, because Mike was a celebrity. That wasn't Ika Barabucci. Mama Lou in the building, counterpunch to you in the building. Understand this, okay? Ika Barabucci was a monster when he went in. He was a troubled, dangerous, physical specimen that was probably unstable. People like Mike used to talk about Ika Barabucci. So it's almost like, okay, the boogeyman's boogeyman goes to prison for like 20 years. Do you think someone messed with Ika Barabucci in prison? No, that's like, no, we're staying away from that mother sucker. Stay away from him. So that being said, if you want me to go in there and fight Ika Barabucci, dude, punching power like that in prison, I don't think punching power at all don't go anywhere. That dude will not. I would have to float like a butterfly, sting like a dragonfly to stop. I wouldn't even stop. I don't want to fight nobody like that. He ain't gonna knock my head off, having me look like Chris Bird, knocking me out, have me all drooling. I'll come out of there talking, this is because of Bison and Alvarez, news to you concerning. No, bro. I can't go, man, I could get in there and have a flashback and, no, bro. Not doing that. No, you can't pay me money to get in there with Ike. Unless it's like $5 million. And $5 million, I'll do it, but I understand. The minute he hits me, bow, I'm gonna be asleep. I don't give a shit. I'm $5 million. It's gonna go viral. Ike Barabucci destroys YouTube/stunt guy. This stunt dude challenged fucking Ike Barabucci and got knocked out. Check this shit out. The LDBC will laugh. They will cry with tears of joy. Great. I'll be $5 million richer. Kurt, who wins? Ike Barabucci versus, in a street fight, that's different. That's a different situation. Because now we're talking about bare knuckles. I don't know. Because, see, Ike Barabucci, in a street fight, you don't know what Ike will do. Versus, we know Kimbo. Kimbo, run it, shit, run it, motherfucker, run it. He'll come at you with all types of punches and hooks and stuff like that. But, I mean, I don't know. Hrgovic beats Miller. Maybe. I think it'll be a good fight. I think Hrgovic with that 1-2 will catch Jarrell Miller all night. When Joyce's Chisora happening. That's already happened, Stuart. Chisora beat Joyce. I don't want to see a rematch either. I mean, I don't want to see that. Yeah. What about David Tua versus wrestler Haku in a street fight? I don't know who wrestler Haku is. So I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. Fury dived against Ngannou and started running. No, he didn't. He got hit by Ngannou and started running. He got caught with a shot. He was like, woo, wait a minute. Kurt, Lennox Lewis is older, but he'll knock Jake Paul silly. No man test. Big up. B. Michael in the building. I do agree. See, now, somebody like that, like Lennox Lewis, you don't want to fight Lennox Lewis. Because, see, Lennox Lewis, you'll make Lennox mad, and Lennox will then, turn into that old Lennox. He just don't have the dreads no more. And he will go and destroy you. I wouldn't want to fight Lennox Lewis. I wouldn't want to spar Lennox Lewis. I ain't coming nowhere near Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis doesn't like me. I didn't like Lennox Lewis when he fought. I don't have anything against him now. Yes, I've done some videos on Lennox Lewis. Big up, England, big up. But as far as Lennox Lewis goes, I have no problem with Lennox Lewis. I think Lennox Lewis is a legend. I've messaged Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis does not like me. Lennox Lewis, I messaged Lennox Lewis, and this is what Lennox did. He looked at that shit and did not reply. That's an understood, quiet, fuck you. That's what that means. Hey, he's flaky, man. I don't like him. I don't like this Kurt DeVille. I've been told by mutual friends Lennox Lewis does not like me. You guys know that. So I'm not going to intimidate. What's that word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking? I'm not going to provoke him. That's it. I'm not going to provoke him. Ray Mercer versus David Tua. I'll go with David Tua. Wilder's hand is broken. Aaron Ivey, send me a link to that of Wilder's hand, please. If you read that somewhere, but I wouldn't doubt it if it is. Aaron Ivey, Aaron Ivy. Send me a link to that. Jake Paul versus Vlad next or Vitali. Now he's asking to get hurt because any of those guys would destroy him to this day because they're not too old. Because both of those guys, I think, Vlad is like 47, 48. I think he was born in 77. So, yeah, that puts him to 47, 48 years of age. Yeah, aggravate him. That's it. There you go, Topin Time. Appreciate it. I don't want to aggravate that man. What? You know, here's Lennox Lewis. Kurt DeVille, get away from me, man. You're flaking. You're flaking me. I'm like, oh. That's all you see. You say, Lennox Lewis, how are you doing, Lennox Lewis? That's all you'll see. All day long. All day long, you're going to see that. We don't like Lennox Lewis either. Jake Paul wants to fight UFC champ Poatan. I don't know who that is. Kurt, who wins? Ika Barabucci, George Foreman. Prime for prime. I don't know. I give it to Ike based on his style. George Foreman he had that Joe Joyce, like choppy kind of, he was an awkward fighter. Whereas Ika Barabucci actually had fundamentals that he could turn it up. Wilder's excuses are broken. I don't have one, but I say it's been broken since he broke it on Fury, and it's never been the same. You might beat him. Lennox Lewis is nearly 60. Could he still throw down? Hell yeah. Am I dead yet? Am I dead yet? Yeah. That's what I'll ask myself. Am I dead yet if he hits me? Pow! I'm going to see stars. Let me tell you something. Anybody like that? It's a thing called muscle memory. And understand, Lennox Lewis ain't no guy that been sitting around smoking. I'm pretty sure he smoked some weed and drank. He came to a couple of those shows drunk, calling people to, oh yeah, that's Stewart. I mean, no, that's Christopher. Oh yeah, sorry, Stewart. It's Christopher Lennox. Oh yeah, the floating rip shot. Yeah. What the hell's wrong with Lennox? Lennox is just drunk. Claudius is drunk, people. But understand, he trains people he trains kids, bro. Jay Roos Theory in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Hello, Jay Roos. Gary Mason, give Lewis a tough fight. I mean, bro, I wouldn't fight Lennox Lewis. I mean, that's a lose-lose. That motherfucker's 2 inches. Like, I'm 6'2". So if I'm 6'2", Lewis is probably here. Fucker's a giant. Because I'm not a small guy. Come on, man. I ain't fighting that dude. I'm not fighting Lennox Lewis. You ain't gonna have no old man beating me up. Then he beat me up. Then what? Then what? I mean, what's the reward for me? What's the reward, my compensation for getting my ass whooped by Lennox Lewis, the Lion? You know? Yeah, he's 6'5". Oh, no, thank you. Big bastard. I'm not fighting him. I mean, again, offer me $5 million. I'll do it for $5 million. Or anything other than that. Okay? We got a $5 super chat from Aaron Ivy. Wilder fights like his hands are broken. The steam on his punches are gone. We have to see. We have to see basically where Wilder's at. I want to see him knock somebody out just to say, hey, or to prove that he's still there. I think he needs to know that. More than likely, I think he needs to believe that. That ayahuasca shit, it messed with his mind. He needed that shit because he was going through. This is what I think will happen to Deontay Wilder. Okay. Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury, lost to Tyson Fury the second time. For the first time, well, he had a draw with Tyson Fury. The second one, he lost. On the second loss, I think he got a little depressed. I think he stayed low. But I think something else was going on. I think he was having problems with his girl. You know what I mean? I can't prove that or whatever, but I think that's what happened. She was there for him, though. She was supportive of him, especially in 2021. I think after that trilogy, when he lost, I think internally, I think mentally she knew, I'm going to leave this motherfucker. I'm going to leave him. Kurt, Lennox Lewis versus Anthony Joshua. I mean, prime for prime, you know, you got to give it to Lewis based on what he can do. But this Joshua here, I think Joshua has the power to knock out Lewis. You know what I mean? Just like Hasim Rahman did. Any updates on Andy's hand? Nope. That's why I know Andy faked that knee shit. I knew he faked that knee shit because he talked too much about something that didn't happen. Whereas we seen the bone stick out this boy's hand and we ain't heard nothing. Everything is okay. I've just got surgery. You ain't heard shit. You know what I mean? But no, back to Wilder. I think Tellis knew she was going to leave him. Now, I don't know how much of that stuff that she said he did was true, but most of that stuff, though, was just him being an asshole and a controlling guy. You had to have sex with me 3 times a week. I mean, sorry, 3 times a day. Jesus. 3 times a day. You know, I have to know where you're at all times. What else? You know, he's verbally talked shit to me. I mean, he's talking shit to his girl. Ooh. You know, he spit in her face. That sucked, but you know, I don't know how that would, you know, he spit in somebody's face. That's very disrespectful. You know, oh, he smothered me with a pillow. I think that's stupid because if he smothered you with a pillow and you're still there, that means you're there for a reason and you don't want to go nowhere. You're putting up with something. Wilder gets easily paranoid. Prime Lennox Lewis smokes Fury. Fury hype is built off a one-trick pony named Wilder. Yeah, but no, but I think Wilder took the ayahuasca in, I think he took it like last year. I think he took that shit because he was trying to get over the grieving process of Tellis cheating on his ass. Because she had someone else. That's what I was told. And we already heard, what's his name? Tay Jones. We heard Tay Jones say in a podcast that, hey, Chantal, man, you know, she was cheating on him. And he said that, you know, they caught her cheating. And because what happened, Wilder went through a shit because that's how he pretty much, I don't know how he got tipped off. I think he went through her stuff and he saw something that he didn't supposed to see, which I wouldn't advise anybody to do. But if you've got tipped off already, you just want to confirm it. So if you want to confirm something, you know, I think that's what happened. And I think between the time, because all that little Andy Ruiz shit when he was talking about fighting Andy, I don't think he was ready. But to Andy's defense, I don't think Andy was ready either. I think Andy was going through that shit too. I think they both were going through women problems at the same time. And they may not have been mentally able to fight each other. Because again, Andy didn't fight none last year. None. And fought once in 2022. And fought once in 2021. And fought none in 2020. Okay, that's his itinerary. And he just fought and got a draw and broke his damn hand. Andy was going through it too. His new chick is way better looking anyways. You talking about Andy's chick? Andy got a fine girl though. I mean, Andy got some pretty good taste. I give it up to Andy. He wants to show her his new sneaker. I got a sneaker. It's light brown almond colored. It's nice and sweet. It's fat. I've got it for you, Essa. Shit. It would be a mistake to not have Miller versus White on Usyk undercard. I think they should have a bomb undercard, and I think Miller versus Dillian White would be massive, bro. Because whoever wins that fight really needs to be where they need to be. And if he beats Dillian White, then Jarrell Miller could claim, like, look, especially if it's ending by knockout. I would love to see Dillian White versus Jarrell Miller. because those guys will tussle, they will tussle, they will wrestle, they will build that fight, bro. Agate versus Parker. No, Agate is not fighting Parker because Parker is fighting Zhang. The rematch has already been activated. So we can forget about talking about Zhilei Zhang. We can forget about talking about Parker. They're fighting each other again. This is the rematch. Okay? And whoever has the rematch, wins the rematch, will go to that next level. I don't know how far. I think they'll be set aside to fight whoever doesn't want or to retain the belts when the smoke clears. You know, that's Tyson, Fury, AJ, Dubois. So, Anderson should fight Zhang. Kabutsky, because they already signed and didn't happen. Zhilei versus AJ. I mean, if Zhilei loses to Joseph Parker, you may see him one more time. Once. Because he's already lost to Parker. If he loses to Parker again, he's going to start losing credibility, and he may start losing confidence or drive. Hey, Kurt, can Atoma compete with the top heavyweights now? Yeah, he probably can, but why should he right now? I don't think he belongs there. You know what I mean? Hey, man, take your steps naturally, normally, like everybody else. You know, now I understand he's trying to be the first or the next earlier or the youngest heavyweight champion ever. He's trying to be like Mike Tyson and all that, but you have to crawl before you can walk. And understand, Mike Tyson was billed a lot older than he really was. Guido versus Sanchez next. Yeah, that's a good fight. Yeah, put Guido in there with Sanchez. Put him in there with the Cuban Flash. Put Guido in there with the Cuban Flash. Put him in there with the Cuban Flash. That's what I want to see. Kurt, Povetkin would have exposed Wilder years ago if they fought years ago. We'll never know. We'll never know. We will never know that because, you see, when you got Wilder at that time, I think Wilder was up for it. I think Wilder probably wouldn't have looked pretty doing it. But I think Wilder would have probably landed that shot that knocked out Povetkin, maybe. I can tell you this. If he would have fought Povetkin when he's supposed to fought Povetkin, somebody was getting knocked out. I don't know who that somebody was or would have been. My bet would have been on Wilder simply because Wilder is focused on one shot. You know? Wilder was a lot quicker, I think, than Povetkin. Povetkin was like a poor man's Mike Tyson. I notice bad luck happens to anyone that talks bad against AJ. Wilder, Ngannou, Hrgovic, Miller, Sanchez. Yep. Mario. Carrero. Go away. Who do you think Bum Squad should fight? Somebody less dangerous right now. Somebody that can give his confidence back, man. I mean, he's fought Parker. You know what I mean? Former champion. He fought Zhilei Zhang. Championship level, dangerous fighter. Povetkin chin was underrated. Yeah. Kurt, who wins? Moses Atoma uppercut to stop Povetkin. Oh, Lenny Perro. I don't know. I have no idea, Dari. Wilder versus Miller. If Wilder doesn't have punching power, he's done. You know what I mean? But see, Wilder's so long and rangy and he's so skinny, he could just stay back from Miller and just use the ring. It would probably be a shitty fight, though, because Miller would just kind of walk him down and land shots, you know? But if Wilder can't take any more punching, he's done. Miller's going to stop him. And he's going to just eventually keep punching him, keep pushing him back, keep shoving him, making it a dirty, irky, murky fight, and knock out Wilder. Wilder versus Hunter. I got my money on Hunter. Hunter would beat up Wilder. He doesn't need anybody like that, not that skilled. He don't need a skill fight like that. Now, maybe Hunter might love it, but no. Miller would actually be Wilder's best bet. Being a smaller guy, Povetkin took a lot of punishment and got away with it because of his power. The Price fight was a good example. Stewart, that was a badass fight. Povetkin jumped up and slapped that boy Price with a left hook and knocked him out cold. That shit was pretty, though, because it was one of those fights that, Price is a heavy-handed big bastard. He's like AJ's size, right? He's the one that actually dropped AJ that AJ admitted that dropped him. So, yeah, Price was nothing nice. But Povetkin showed him what it was about. What about Deontay Wilder versus Charles Martin? That probably would be a fight that could happen that they split it, 500,000, Wilder gets 250, Charles Martin gets 250, be a good matchup for him. He'll catch Charles Martin, knock out Charles Martin, but then again, you'll never know, because Charles may get confidence because he's seen Wilder get slapped around by Joseph Parker, get knocked out by Zhilei Zhang, right? He's probably, like, you know what, I could probably take Wilder now. So he probably would come in that fight with more confidence, He probably would do that, man. Miller doesn't have have 2 KO power. No, he really don't. But I mean, he can knock out most people because he's a force, Wilder versus Miller buildup would be hilarious. It would. You imagine Miller, bro, and Miller and Wilder. Imagine Miller and Wilder. Check this out. Miller and Wilder. Yo, B, let me tell you something, B. Yeah, I hit your girl, B. Yeah, I told you. Your country ass couldn't handle nothing like that. I told you, kid. I told you, B. I told you, B. Look, I'm gonna have you and your girl. Yeah, she left you. I know where she at, B. She been hitting me up on the ground, B. She miss big baby cheeseburgers, B. She miss big baby cheeseburgers. She misses big baby cheeseburgers, B. Yeah, we gonna see. An eye for an eye. What's that mean, B? What's that mean, yo? You threatening me, B? You threatening me? Yeah, I'm threatening you. I'ma kill you. I'ma kill you, Miller. Miller, I'ma kill you. I'ma kill you, B. That's what you call B? What B mean anyway? What that mean? You call me C. What that mean, B? What that mean? Yeah, she missed cheeseburgers, baby. She missed cheeseburgers. Yeah, what? What? I bust her first. Like I told 50, I bust her first. She ain't nothing but a toss a lot. She ain't nothing but a toss around. She'll go live. An eye for an eye. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I tried to be your brother. You ain't my brother, B. Get out of my face, son. Get out of my face. Hey, guys, break it up, guys. Don't give away what we can sell. Man, sup, Kurt? Does Frank Warren, again, do Frank Warren? Oh, man, got to start dropping some super chats for these impersonations. Frank Warren, well, I think Wilder's done. I think he should go home and make love to his wives. Frank, I don't like you, Frank. You stink. Frank, everything about you. I'm glad you got shot in the head. I just hope you was dead, Frank. Well, that's a terrible thing to say about it. You black bastard. I still wish Wilder would have slept Parker in the 11th or 12th. Would have been crazy. Yeah, that would have been just so Deontay Wilder. That would have been so Deontay Wilder. If that would have happened and Wilder was able to pull that shit off by catching Parker after all the accomplishments and all the success that Parker had through that whole damn fight, and then Wilder hit you with that good night, oh, man, that would have been awesome. Because it was kind of resemblance of the first Fury fight. The Fury fight, we didn't think Fury was going to make it. That ex-cokehead, ex-drunk ass dude that lost all that weight, like he been by a balloon. You know what I mean? He just looks like a deflatable object in there, like you just popped a Michelin Man, right? And all that. And it's like, dude, no.